Welcome to Reseller Recap, where we talk all things reselling across multiple platforms. Join us for real-life discussions on how we crush the elusive work-life balance. Grab a coffee and join us now.
Hey guys, welcome back to Reseller Recap with Jen, Emily, and Morgan. Today we're going to chat about some recent updates on Walmart and Amazon that could affect your account health and your way of business. So let's just do a little regroup of what's happening. So what have you guys, do you guys want me to start with what I've seen, or you want to share what you've seen lately? Because I feel like the emails have just been kind of
So many things
coming
in away lately.
You go first.
Okay, let's start with Walmart first. I think the biggest rollout in the last couple weeks was with ProSeller again. I think they're just making it almost impossible to get ProSeller unless you're 100% WFS. So the latest rollout was that you have to offer free expedited shipping, which is 2-day shipping on over 50% of your catalog to be able to get ProSeller status. And you guys know, we have talked before, expedited shipping does not pay off on Walmart. It does not help your sales. People will take those back to the store because they found it cheaper and you are out 100% of that shipping cost. So it's just not worth it. Yeah. I had a meeting with the seller group for the seller advisory program yesterday. And I told them, I was like, yeah, I don't love this at all. And I told them why. And they're like, oh, we didn't think about that. And they're like, have you considered doing all 100% WFS? I'm like, that's your answer for everything.
Everything.
No,
literally
I do
everything.
not want to do 100%. I said, and here's why. I said, because every time I convert something to WFS, I've had it error, or I send it in and then it errors. And so I was like, I can sell it seller fulfilled and it's fine, but something with the conversion process and then all the IPs and restrictions you guys have been doing lately, I'm like, there's zero heads up and you just ripping the carpet out from underneath us. And I said, I'm just not, my business is not designed for that. So.
And then once it errors, you can never go back to seller fulfilled, even though it was fine seller fulfilled.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. You cannot convert it back and stuff. So, I was like, I don't love that. No, thank you. I think they're trying to streamline some of the groupings of what's 30 days versus 90 days versus 14 days. I know on your account health, a lot of that is now, consistent, but it's not consistent on ProSeller. So I kind of let them know, I think that they need to make that consistent too. Because we were bringing up the shipping issues, when we all had the issue with USPS recycling numbers, how that hung on forever and messed up people's ProSeller. And just for the discounts or perks that they give you for ProSeller is not enough to make up the difference of us killing ourselves to make sure we meet all those requirements.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you guys still Emily, I know a lot of times you are because you do so much WFS.
Those are things that don't typically affect me as a WFS seller. The only thing that will pop up is price competitiveness.
Okay.
So yeah, that will affect me. So ProSeller is not something I focus on. I feel like I already have an advantage because I'm sending it in WFS.
Yeah.
So the ProSeller, what am I saving? 50 cents. It feels
if that
much. And it's not like it's boosting me too much. So if I get it, I'm like, great. But I know a lot of people are really determined to get it.
Mm-hmm.
And it is difficult seller fulfilled. It's almost not possible. So, but WFS, I don't have a problem with it.
Yeah. What about you, Mark? I know you've been doing kind of 50-50. So
I was literally just looking at my catalog right now. I actually have converted almost everything with the exception of maybe 5 or 6 SKUs to WFS. Just because I have been in a storage unit from when our basement flooded and I am trying to get out of the storage unit. Actually, literally today I have 2 things to pick up and I'm done.
Nice.
So I'm like, yes, I just brought over, I had 5 bins left. So I'm just going through all of that stuff, but I really just didn't want it in the house anymore. which sucks because you have a little bit more control of seller fulfilled.
Mhm.
But between that and trying to get my taxes done, and then we're going to be going out of town, it's too much to have to stop and fill orders and this and that. So I've been doing WFS, but I actually am not eligible for Pro Seller because when I got suspended, it started my numbers. You have to have like numbers of active days on Walmart. It has to be, I think, 90 or 180 days. And so when I got suspended, they put me at 0.
Reset it.
Yeah. So I was
Wow.
like, it was like 1,200 days or something like that. And they put it to 0. And I was like, all right, I don't even care anymore. I never really, like last year, I would say after like June-ish is when we really started to figure out that it didn't really matter anyway.
Yeah.
And that's when they went and changed all the metrics. So I was just
Yeah.
like, well, if I get it, it's nice to have some savings. But if I don't, it's not the end of the world. So after that, I was just like, all right, Walmart, like, don't listen to me again, but screw you.
That's tough. The only thing I didn't like about not having Pro Seller was at the seller event, they put Pro Seller on people's badge.
No, what pissed me off about that is I did have Pro Seller and they didn't put it on my badge. And I was like, do you know how hard I worked to get that on there?
But
And then you didn't even put it?
From when they pulled it, because mine said Pro Seller and I had just lost Pro Seller. So I think they picked like a random time to
they had to. Because I had Pro Seller for months prior to going to the event. So I'm like, when did you pull this? Like, was it when maybe it was when we first registered and they just went based off of that. Because I was salty. Like, now I got to hide my badge because I'm not good enough.
I've never cared about it. And then there I was like, I failed.
But I
don't put like a star and then
plaster our store name either on the badge. Like, I feel like
this year I put my name.
Yeah, and I think like even when I just registered now, I put like my Instagram name, put my Resell Life instead of like my company name, because people you see them like they're scouting you. They're like looking to go and stock your store.
I put last year I covered my name with some sticker. I don't remember what sticker we had.
Smart.
I don't remember where we got them from, but there was a sticker. I covered it. And then this year I put my name, like my actual name on there. Because I figured, because I'm an LLC, I'm DBA. So I'm like, I'm going to put my name. What are they going to say? Yeah. So they approved it. So, yeah.
Good. Well, they have our account number. That's why I'm like, remember they scan and then it
posts
account number, or they were asking us our,
Yes. And then they made us I'm going to be ready because remember they made us take that bogus picture. I just remembered that.
I was in a bikini. I came down just to see people, and I saw you could register to get into the event, and I was like, oh, let's go get our name tags. I just woke up in a little swimsuit top. And they're like, let's take your picture. Like,
well, you could upload it, remember? Because
I did.
Like, you get a good, and I was like, it popped up like a month before, and it was like you can do stuff ahead of time. I did that. Photo, and I was like, sweet, I've got my
I did do that. And then when I went to the counter, he's like, yeah, some people's just aren't loading. Are you serious? I kept making him start my registration over. I was like, maybe it just needs a refresh.
Just
he's
like
it's not working.
Everything, just refresh it.
Yeah. I was like, maybe if you close it out and reopen it. And he started laughing. He's like, just for you, I'll do it. And so he kept doing it and it would not work. So Lisa took a picture with me and that was my Walmart.
That's so funny.
Yes. But yeah, I was definitely salty about not having the Pro Seller on my badge. That was a little extra for them to point
sorry I brought it up because that's a whole tangent we went on.
Yeah.
We're all irritated.
Well, and you emailed this morning, you said there was a new email and you just saw something else new.
Yeah, it says that the price competitiveness score is no longer going to be affected by Walmart funded incentive prices. It'll only be affected by the prices that you set. Which isn't like a huge deal, but that starts March 27th.
Okay. Well, I mean, I think they're supposed to have stopped comparing against Amazon Fresh. Once I brought that up at the summit, they went in and made changes because they saw that it was doing that and they didn't realize it was doing that. I brought up too, like when I just had that call, that it needs to not like when things get clearanced out, it needs to stop just like hiding our offer when Amazon in-store clearance goes down. You know what I mean? Like, because then it just unpublishes, and then even though you have like an Amazon match, it just like the Walmart price for whatever reason overrides, like even if you have an Amazon match. And I told them how a lot of times there isn't an Amazon match. Like I just had a thing that price aired, but it was available on Sears.com, but they wouldn't let me offer that, like put that in, because they're like, oh no, it has to be an Amazon match. And I said, well, Amazon doesn't carry everything. You know that, right? Like that's why there's other platforms like you guys. Like
even when you opened a case, they still didn't take Sears?
Yeah, they said they would not accept Sears as a competitor. And I was like, okay, like, you know, they have third party too.
But they take eBay?
Correct. And they went, and when I offered eBay, they're like, well, we found an even cheaper offer on eBay. And I was like, oh my God, like.
So you want me to do the work, and then you're saying the work that I'm doing is not good enough. And then you went and did the work against my work. So you could have just did it in the first place.
Correct. And I was like, but that's not a live offer. That was a sold offer. And they're like, well, yeah, we found it for cheaper though. And I was like, dude.
They are looking for cheaper. That is out of control. How much are they getting paid to put in all that work?
I don't know, but I was like,
I don't know.
Give you a live offer link of like multiple, and I just went in the middle of it. So what's the problem? My price is in the middle of it. So I was like, fine, I'll mark it down to that price, but now I'm going to charge like $15 for shipping. So how about that? Like, and now it's live.
I'm going to apply to Walmart to see how much they get paid for all this hoopla that they're doing.
Not enough.
Not enough.
It can't be.
When I had my last meeting with Walmart Connect, they were like, how much can we pay you to try Walmart Connect? There's not a number. Okay. Yeah. There's not a number big enough out there that you could cover therapy. That's what I feel like would be a good start, but there's not a number.
Yeah. Well, that's part of ProSeller too, because they're like, oh, are you using like the free ad spend you get? And I was like, no. And they're like, why have you never used this? I'm like, because I don't need to. Like,
they called me last week, and you know how they call under like seller support? So you're like, oh God, what's wrong with my account? And I knew it was them. Because that's what they always do. But I was like, it'll be the one time that I really need to answer, and I won't. So I answer, and they're like, oh, I don't even remember what her name was. I was just wondering, have you tried Walmart Connect? And I was like, I'm not interested. And she's like, well, why? But it's like the same. I'm like, do you guys not use like Salesforce or some type of database? Because it's the same question, but like 6 different people.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not interested.
Just a list of leads, and they make 0 notes, and they just all keep taking turns. Like the new person gets hired. And like, here's the same lead list.
This is cold. Try them again.
They're not selling. They've never bought. You try. No, now you try. Now you try. Yeah, I think so. But I'm like, they have to be mission based, because they just.
I just feel like this is cold calling one-on-one. Like the lead is cold. Leave it alone. They're not interested. Move on. Move on.
We're getting angry.
All right.
Yeah.
Anybody have anything else on Walmart that they've noticed a change?
I'm trying to be nicer to Walmart, so I'll keep my mouth shut.
Okay, sounds great. I love that for you. So let's pivot to Amazon. Amazon's done a lot of changes. They sent out an email today that gave like an overview of all the stuff. I don't know if you guys get that email. It's like once a week. It's kind of nice that they're like, hey, by the way, here's everything actually we changed if you didn't see like the notifications and stuff. So a lot of kind of account healthy stuff. So like the OTDR, if it is like repeatedly under 90%, you can lose the ability to sell seller fulfilled on those ASINs. And then it even looked like in the fine detail, like seller fulfilled altogether. Like, I mean, it looked pretty harsh, some of that terminology. So definitely read that if you are like do a lot of seller fulfill like I do. So thought that was an interesting one.
And can I just say on that one, You really need to be careful with like the weather issues happening.
Yeah.
This might be a weather heavy year where there's a lot of things they don't care.
Yeah.
So in our community, we had somebody who they're in New Jersey, and with the snow, they could not get out of their house. Well, they don't care.
Yeah.
So just be really mindful because it does seem like they're taking that seriously. And I see that too, where it could lead to, I would imagine it would be like 30-day suspension from seller fulfilled, something like that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So you got to be really careful with those things.
Yeah. And now with the new ability to do vacation days, like in all honesty, if I knew that it said like a winter storm's coming, I would put like whatever days it's saying it's kind of happening, I would just put those as like the vacation days. So you're going to still get the orders, but it's going to push out your ship by date just to cover yourself. I mean, if you can ship them out sooner, okay. But again, watch it because that still affects your on-time delivery rate. But if you don't want to have to fully not get orders, but I just on the safe side, I would do that. In all honesty, like,
Or even like block them off, and then if the snowstorm ends up not being real, because that happens too, then
yeah.
you can just go back and take them off for the
Yeah,
next
if it
couple
has
days.
already started, like if
Well,
you
no, like the day after, because if it's multiple days is what I'm saying.
yeah, well, so then I would do those as separate dates, because if you do 3 days and once those 3 days have started, you cannot delete that vacation like time frame.
If you do them together.
Yes, you
Oh,
cannot
wow.
stop it. So like, yeah, you can't stop it. If you do them individually, then it's fine because one is done, one is done, one is done. But if you do
Yeah.
days and you come back after 2 days, you can't. I mean, the orders are there, but it is still on the vacation.
Who puts these things out?
I don't know,
Like,
but just FYI, like, yeah, you can't like shut it off. So, because I tried
what
that.
was that reason?
I don't know. So just, yeah, don't do that. Like, you can't do that.
Yeah.
I mean, you can switch the whole like full turn off your catalog and turn that back on. But if you're trying to just put in like extra vacation days, you can't like unclick the vacation days like you can on like Walmart and stuff,
Interesting.
Good to know.
Yeah. So that would be a big one. I know I almost thought about doing that because we're supposed to have record-breaking heat this weekend, like 90s, and I'm like, meltables. Like, I might want to do vacation
Yeah,
days.
isn't that crazy?
It was 51 on Monday, and it's supposed to be 90 today. And all weekend.
I can't imagine. We actually have great weather here too, which is nice because the snow is melting. But yeah, you think about Easter and all that stuff melts pretty easy. So if you are merchant fulfilling, you don't want to run into, it's like one side of the country frozen, the other side heat wave.
Never fails.
And we're in the middle, so we get both.
Yeah. You guys get it all. The other thing I noticed was safety claims. You used to have 60 days you could file them, and now you only have 30.
Interesting.
So because you know how much we love to process our returns and check them. Now we have even less time. So
nice.
Fun. And then the last one I had was FBA removal disposal. They used to kind of wait until, like one of the pay periods was done before charging you for those. They are charging immediately for those now to your account. So as that goes out and as that gets processed, you're getting charged immediately. So just an FYI on that.
Yeah.
A lot of money, honey.
I was going to say a lot of money changes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're tightening up the ship.
I mean, it makes sense. I think I keep seeing a lot of places where Scott Needham just came out with an article how new seller registration on Amazon is really low, like record low compared to like 5 years ago. There's like no new sellers, but the sellers who are established are making more money than ever. So we're seeing less small sellers, more large sellers. And so I think they're just taking away all those rules that probably help small sellers get established. And we are changing. The industry is changing, and the bigger are getting bigger, smaller are getting smaller.
Yeah.
And you either really have to like figure out how you still can be relevant in those changes. But I think a lot of those like money time periods is, they don't want to be a bank. They want their money fast. And large sellers, I can't imagine how much money is held up with those transactions with them.
Oh, for
Yeah.
sure.
And I feel like it's just way more difficult selling on Amazon right now than it's probably ever been, to be
Yeah.
honest. And if you're not willing to go through that hurdle, which seemingly a lot of people aren't since the new seller rate is down, then it's like whatever. And at one point, people were turning to Walmart because they felt it was easier, which I feel like Walmart, I don't necessarily think that it's easier. It has its own set of problems, but they weren't letting people in.
Yeah.
So now you can really only turn to like Whatnot, eBay, Poshmark, those, and a lot of people didn't want to deal with that either, so they're just done.
Yeah.
So it's very interesting.
I looked and it said Amazon new seller registrations have hit a 10-year low, dropping 44%.
Wow.
165,000 last year. And it was some record, like huge number, like 5 years ago. So, maybe we'll post that article Scott wrote because it was really interesting how the landscape has changed. And
well, they're not letting you make, I mean, ASIN creation was a huge thing. Bundles was a huge thing. You know what I mean? And that kind of stuff, like that small sellers thrived on. And that was really where there was the profit. That stuff's gone away because, you know, I have spreadsheets of ASINs I've sold on, you know, for every kind of like time period, seasonality, all that stuff. And going through so far this year, like I'm deleting about a third of what I've sold on previously. It just doesn't exist. Those ASINs don't exist. Those products don't exist. They're either misbranded, generic, or they're gone. So,
Market Pulse shows in 2016, 600,000 new seller registrations compared to last year, which was like 165,000. So pretty crazy.
Wow. That is a huge drop. Well, and too, when you look at how strict they've also become over the years with the inventory ownership timeline and having proof of that and all that, that I think has changed the game for a lot of people because you can't just go to, you know, Ollie's and TJ Maxx and Ross, despite what people say, you really shouldn't. So
Instagram reels saying you can sell stuff from Ross, please and thank you.
I've been seeing people on TikTok lately, on TikTok Live. Everybody's talking about how to become an Amazon seller, and I'm like,
I think TikTok is definitely hitting the like people are just realizing you can sell on Amazon over on TikTok.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like,
and that's like 165,000 people.
Yes. Yeah. It's like people are just talking about it, like just discovering it. It's kind of funny.
Yes. Yes.
Like that new wave of 20-year-olds.
Nostalgic.
Yeah.
Yes.
Probably.
Yes.
Because they've been hiding on TikTok.
Yes. Absolutely.
Yeah, I think you really have to. I mean, we talked about this with Jordan on our last podcast, but things are shifting so quickly. I mean, now Amazon is pushing over to TikTok, and that's like the new thing, live selling, and everybody wants to get their store over on TikTok. So it's really, you can get left in the dust quickly. And, you know, for what we do, I think you have to figure out where to position yourself because you don't have to do everything.
Yeah.
But what is important? Where are you making money? Because people move away from what we were doing a couple of years ago quickly. So maybe that lends more opportunity to like some of the old styles and methods. But you really do have to keep evaluating things because also it all dries up, you know, like the brand comes and now they're selling and you can't sell it anymore. So it's interesting. I can see why a lot of people are jumping ship from Amazon. There are easier places. I think Whatnot has just taken everybody by storm.
Yeah.
So it's really interesting. And then it's like every 4 months, are we like, okay, how are we selling again? What's the right way?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and then it's like they're rolling out these huge like process changes every 4 months too. So it's like just when you feel like you've gotten your feet on the ground and they're like, whoop, just kidding. And it's like, okay, how do we pivot again? Pivot. I'm so tired of that word. And that's just what we live in though. So yeah.
But I just think of the Ross video and then I smile, laugh, and know I'll be okay. You know how like that.
Oh my gosh. No, seriously though.
That's funny.
Seriously.
Well, Walmart just announced their earnings, and it looks like they were up.
Yeah.
Everybody's up. Everybody's doing well. But did you see Amazon beat out Walmart this year or
I
last
did
year?
not.
Guys, I'm on LinkedIn now, and I've never learned to.
Welcome to the dark side.
Oh yeah. LinkedIn is a dangerous.
I've all of a sudden got addicted to LinkedIn, and I'm learning everything.
Yeah.
So
you guys gave me so much credit about it, and I'm like, well, here's what I learned on LinkedIn today.
I still don't understand what I should be posting or doing. Like, I like everybody's things, and I'm like, well, I don't know the etiquette.
Stupid, but it's necessary. It's a necessary evil.
I don't know the etiquette, but I'm having a blast.
Yeah. I was good at like doing all our
I'm
podcasts
having
for
a
a while,
blast.
and I probably need to get back to that because, you know, it was good. Like, I get a lot of people going, oh, I learned so much from your listening to your podcast. I'm like, great.
Yeah. So that's where I learned about all these quarterly reports, and
You're fancy now.
I'm you should expect new words. New words uploading.
He's also
I
going
did not
to
with
the
you.
toilet paper with the word of a day, you know?
Yeah. When you hear me trying to like use a new word in, like,
Great.
I
I'm gonna get one of those ding 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 buttons, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
Just wait till you get to the post about corporate lingo, and then you'll learn all of those words too.
Right.
Fantastic.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
Anyways.
Yeah.
So a lot of changes, a lot of updates. We'll
Yeah.
do our best to kind of keep you guys up to date. And I think going to events, we were saying the event season is like kicking off with Prosper. You also hear and you learn a lot there.
Yeah.
And you learn from like the brands and the agencies from their perspective too.
Yeah.
So we'll definitely be able to come back from Prosper and everything else with all the updates.
Excellent info. Yep. Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us today, and we'll catch you on the next one. Bye.
Bye.